hope. Catch that hope. Catch that hope.
one. Falling in quickly. Tell me you feel something too. Caught in the moment. I'm lost here without you. Tangled up in your web. Holding on to every word you said. I'm ready, you know. I'm open to show. Would you say the same? We're falling from outer space. We're moving like a full-paced supernova. We're making all the headlines now. And I just wanna seize the moment. 'Cause we won't ever slow it down. Kissing in the rain, tastes just like champagne. Falling every day, we're falling from outer space. Hoping time will change, got love on my brain. Would you say the same? We're falling from outer space. 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 Falling in quickly. Tell me you feel something too. Caught in the moment. I'm lost here without you. Tangled up in your web. Holding on to every word you said. I'm ready, you know. I'm open to show. Would you say the same? We're falling from outer space. We're moving like a full-paced supernova. We're making all the headlines now. And I just wanna seize the moment. 'Cause we won't ever slow it down. Kissing in the rain, tastes just like champagne. Falling every day, we're falling from outer space. Hoping time will change, got love on my brain. Would you say the same? We're falling from outer space. 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 We're falling from outer space.
I still feel the rush, feel the rush. I still feel the rush. I wanna walk your back. I still feel the rush, feel the rush. I still feel the rush. I wanna walk your back. I still feel the rush, feel the rush. I still feel the rush, feel the rush. I wanna walk your feel the rush. Feel the rush. I still feel the rush. Feel the rush. I still feel the rush. Feel the rush. I still feel the rush. I wanna walk your body. I still feel the rush. Feel the rush. I still feel the rush. I wanna walk your body. I still feel the rush. Feel the rush. I still feel the rush. I wanna walk your body. I still feel the rush. I wanna walk your body, walk your body, walk your body.
What is up? What is up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another game tonight. ITB taking on the world on the 16th year of September, the final game of the season in ESEA main. That's the regular season. We'll be bringing you more main action soon in that. ITB have already confirmed their spot in the main playoffs. Now just going to play it out to see if they can get a favorable seed. Already have quite a good seed, that is. At worst now 10-4 if they lose this game. Otherwise 11-3, which would be quite high in the standings, I believe. Obviously ITB who put up a win earlier today against Exen Esports. Another great win on Inferno. And then off stream here, rather on the ESL stream, did beat out Coalesce in a lovely way on Ancient, I believe. 16-11. As they had in here with surely great morale and so on and so forth. If we take a look at this one on Dust 2, Inc is starting it off well, the Ukrainian side, as they just tap out ITB here. Tadpole at least comes back with one dub of the same, but that's not really going to last. Inc is getting around instead. ITB, who are in just really good form, you'd have to say, have now stacked up, I think it's 6-0, the streak in ESEA main here, going into the playoffs, or close there too. And then are now with that win against Coalesce 4-0 in the standings in the Group B of the ESL Premiership. There's the UK part of it. You'd describe it as a slightly favourable group for them, I'd say. It was really only them and Coalesce, the big contenders there, I'd say. Are pretty decent, I suppose. They've already manhandled them. With Endpoint Phoenix being part of the other group, for example. Just as those top teams. So again, Coalesce 4-0 currently in that group. If you were to keep updated with it. Only have one game left, and that is against Donny Van de Sauce, to see if they can go unbeaten for the whole group stage. That'd be quite something, wouldn't it? Heading into those playoffs to get... I think they get to the semi-finals immediately with that in the playoffs. Anyway, focusing on main for now. Here on the T side, they have bought it, obviously with that bomb plant in the previous round, and Adam already taking out Mo there. To set up the bomb plant, all of the Incas coming through short. Here's a dangerous strategy. ITB not with a Molotov, not with a nade to block it off though. The bullets will have to do. They just have grouped up here, keeping Isk in pit. Inca's taking it slow, a couple Molotovs fly out, failing to really achieve much more than a bit of damage, as Tadpole has already picked up another kill, and Cypher on the spray down makes it the round complete, really. Just one player left and he's not going to stand for very long. Fantastic buyback round into the breach. Have been extremely good at those. Just in these last couple games, it feels like whenever they lose a pistol, they, especially on this T side, they are almost favoured in the next round. We saw against UDP when they only dropped two rounds on that T side, including the pistol, and then one straight back after it. We saw it against Exen here earlier today. again on Inferno, again on that T side, where they won back straight away to only give up 1 round there in that second half. And then I think we saw the same against 9 a couple of days ago as well. So just extremely good at those, and obviously you could see the impact that it has now having such favourable weapons in the third round. These Eagles and this Scout are still going to try to get it right back, with Mo having been spotted though. His position compromised. Adam's already picked up, and Savage, so Mo in the corner, needs the help from Merle, but he's distracted all the way over towards the B site. We're looking that direction at least. Waiting for Adam to flank. He stays patient, as they can just cripple him down here. Good flash sets up Isk as Cypher takes the other. 2-1 the score. That now puts Incus on the eco as well. They're actually playing with Kane in this one. It took me a moment to realise. I almost feel embarrassing for taking a couple rounds. Obviously, Kane, the very well-known CS coach, who's been coaching this team for quite a bit. Was back in Navi quite a while ago. Must have been what, 2019, something like that, maybe even less. And then Gambit, I think it was in as well. Not with this new lineup that they had, but the old one way back in the day, like 2018, 2017. Not had to stand in a lot, I don't think. Played a bit last season, to be fair. 10 games there. Yeah, not had to stand in a lot during this season. In fact, this is the first game he's played since... what is that? Yeah, quite a while back. It's actually interesting. The last game he played was against ITB. Wow, I didn't know that. In the playoffs last season, that must have been. When ITB obviously made the postseason of Open. And got quite far, you'd say. 7 wins. I think they ended up in, what was it, semi-final maybe? If I remember correctly, to get to main. Maybe slightly less. And knocked out Incas in the process, of course, where Kane was playing, but was not really having a great game. I think that would be in their favour now. The fact that Kane's playing, no disrespect to him, again, obviously a historic coach for the CIS scene, but last time he did play, again against Into the Breach, he put up 1 kill on the first map. Even if they won it back in game 2. They were obviously knocked out there in game 3, where again he put up 2 kills. Wow, that's ludicrous. 16-12. Don't expect too much from him. The rest of the team have obviously been quite good. Currently 9-4 in ESEA main, if not quite as impressive as ITB. Going 2-0 currently on Dust 2 as well, included in that. Including a win against the new look Granite side. I think also they had one slightly more recently against Visset. But yeah, I mean, still not quite as impressive, is it? 9-4 as ITB, who are just putting up the victories now. In absolutely ludicrous form. It is crazy. Again, have not been struggling though by any means. I've had some roster changes during the season and so on. Merrill and Matusik were like the top fraggers, I'd say. Matusik, of course, was played most of the season with them. So it's highly possible that it is just kind of a temporary thing with Kane having played invisible in the last game as well. Who's not here tonight. Sorry, the timeout. I think is on those pistols. They're actually forcing back in again. This is interesting. Typically, you'd see teams kind of, at that point, give up in the early economical battle. Not the case here. Adam, look at entry through. A lot of players to watch out for here on long, though. The flash has come through. And he gets mowed down. It's a trade at least. The Cypher has also gone down. Tadpole comes in, though, and Tadpole at least secures the situation somewhat. Isk makes it just Kane left. Who, again, not the biggest threat on the server when he's playing. Double takes him out. Still a bit of a scare. I like that setup from Incas. The only problem is that it wasn't an eco, it was a force buy, so they would have wanted to win that still. Now is the time where the eco just set up for that next round instead. Any other decision would be, I think, quite dumb. Also, Incas last game of the season by the way. To secure a good spot in the playoffs, 10-4 would be a very good record. I think they should still get in on 9-5, even if they lose today, which is possible. How good ITB have been? Cypher included in that. That doesn't recognize that second player on shorts. Give up the trade. Risk playing very high risk stuff. Doesn't go down that time. And Savage having given up the B site to Adam. Walked in there and took whatever he wanted. 2 kills for him to leave only Captain Kirka. Kirka. It's at least got the AK. If I'm into the breach, I'm setting up to hunt him, and that's exactly what they're doing actually. They do need a big time scheme, admittedly. Adam just went in there and shot him down. Good round from him. Of course, getting that B site for free in a smart manner, and then getting a couple kills off of it as well. With the gun round coming back in now. ESEA Incas can hold off ITB on this T site. Tadpole flashing in Isk. Z peeks up long, has already spotted out one, not the frag though. Being forced to back away despite not taking very much damage there. Kane has already been spotted on this B site, hiding behind that box. Mo comes in to try to help out on the AWP. He does at least get a trade, but then that's all he gets. It ends up with Kane not getting a kill. A 2-for-1 in favor of ITB as they get the site as well. Adam holding off yet again towards the window. 3 players, all that's left now. He actually decides to kind of push through here. Incas looking to save. Adam probably noticing that when it's all empty. And yet again, into the breach and built up such a strong economy. No reason not to hunt for this. As Adam does peek in, knowing that they're over towards long. I don't think they're able to get there from the other side of long. But Adam still gets a couple fights here. Lose that one to the opposing op. Isk will try his luck. Isk will flick him down into the pit. They probably can't recover that op. John Savage will try and gets it. Smart distraction move actually there from Kurtka, but does go down in the process. So sure, they get to keep the op, but at what cost? Losing the 2 rifles there that was otherwise left with it. And being left in a pretty weird round. For sure they have the op. Not much else. Strange to see Ann Savage pick it up if Mo was playing it last round as well. He'll try it over there towards short. No boost for him for now. Mo is coming in though. As Kane is already pushed up towards long doors. Tadpole has it covered. As Kurt gets tagged down for the doors as well. Place the trade from Ann Savage. Oh, they just push out. Mao. Oh, but he gets absolutely exposed there. And Savage not going to get too much more in middle either. They're also very low. I think they know where Merle is, actually. Yet again, I'm just going to have to hunt him down. Don't know why he's dropped his op on short, to be honest. Some backup. Yeah, the only problem with hunting here would be us closing his op, but the others could hunt. Absolutely. I don't know why they're not doing it more with the economy they have. Because now they've let him run away to T-spawn. Merle gets to keep that AK, of course, always something you want on the CT side. And I'm probably going to be able to buy up full rifles now as well, because with Kane maybe getting a drop here. Still yet to find a frag. Going agent on so far. For all due respect. Feel like I have to add that every time. Don't want to disrespect them too much, but you know. Let's go and beat. Double ops coming out actually here. Savage misses his flick though. And Cypher takes advantage. That's left B quite isolated now. Kane alone. As Cypher takes another one. In CT, Kane, not the player you want to leave. To his lonesome as Moles come in to try to help him. Kane setting up, has a free kill. He misses all of the bullets and gets taken out for it even as Cypher goes down. The round's over. Cypher doing a great job there. 3 kills in the round before he went down eventually, and that was after the round was already over, basically. He goes back at now. Oh, max money here into reach. This just feels like a wipeout. This does not feel like a 10-3 team in main playing a 9-4 team in main. I think that's not just to do with Kane, that's not just to do with Incus maybe playing slightly subpar in general. I think that has more to do perhaps with Into the Breach. I'll say it being an advanced quality team. Absolutely. There's no way, you know, this team should not be in advanced next season. That's my hot take for tonight, I think. For the 2 games we've had. Don't think it's a very controversial one considering I'm in the Into the Breach stream, but I also don't think it's correct, you know? They're just so good and they're playing advanced level teams quite a few times here during different tournaments, during again not just the ESEA, being unbeaten in the ESL Premiership, including an advanced team that they just beat earlier tonight. As they take another round here. Isk doing wonders. Like that was ever even a question. Like it was ever up for debate if Isk was going to perform here on Opera's map. Cypher helps him up the final 2 kills. Isk not being too happy with him doing just that. Ends up being the 9th round for Into the Breach. And they won't complain. Not one bit. Again, I'd be thoroughly shocked if we don't see Into the Breach make advance through these main playoffs next season. You know, they're just clearly a step above. Even okay, again, they're playing Incas who are playing with Kane as a stand-up. They're not really playing up to par with the rest of the players, but even in the other games, even in the earlier game tonight, they just look so strong. And it's all about, obviously, with this still being a relatively new team. I mean, just 2 seasons young or so. It's all about just having that map pool, depth in the amount of maps you can play and the amount of maps you're comfortable on. So maybe proving yourself, or at least having the confidence here on Dust 2. is great for these best of threes that are going to come at them in, again, both the ESL Premiership, but also, especially here in the main playoffs, where they now have Inferno as like a god tier map for them. Okay, Mirage is a very good map. Clearly, Ancient is a strong map for them, as proved earlier tonight. They're quite comfortable on Nuke. Overpass, they looked incredibly good on against 9, who I think their main map is Overpass. And then here on Dust too, if they can also have that confidence and maybe prove against some bigger teams. Overpass might even be underrated in their map pool, honestly. They don't play it too often. When they do, it feels like they always beat up on the opponent, including they only gave up like single digits against Aura in the Premiership when they played on that map. Adam not trading there. Oh, but he gets the second chance and does not miss that time. Mo's come in, he's whiffed the shot though. Adam, he's just got to push for the smoke. Fails to succeed on it. And Isk left in the 1-on-2 instead. To keep the streak running, Isk gets the tap down. Fakes the bomb plant. Merle up close here. Isk has been heard, but Isk, he knocks it down. The 1-on-2 to make it 10 in a row for ITB. My goodness, what a player. Simply unstoppable when he's playing like this. And such an eye for the moment. Very easy stuff. There you go, covering, because at least used hits for 1 frag, but it's not enough, surely. Into Breach will get into that ace site. It feels like the result is more and more just an inevitability at this point. There's who's going to win and who's not, because Isk is simply not human on this within the game of Counter-Strike. 19-2 is reads his current stat line against the 9-4 who, again, to add the caveat, yes, I know Kane is playing 0-13, Kane, now 0-14 after Isk takes him down. But there are main level players here, there are decent main level players here, in that it's a 9-14, and yet he only just went down for the first time this game, as Incas play a free op setup, having already lost one of them. Not to say any of the other stats aren't impressive here from the everyone just showing up. It's a day of celebration for Into the Breach. It's a day of them just being way better than everyone else on the server, whatever game they played in whatever competition. Look at Dobbo, man. He's not gotten any game time. He's 3-4 right now. That's not because he's bad. That's because everyone else soaking up the frag. So as Tadpole trades that one out, it was looked sharper than ever here. Tadpole has looked sharp all day, I think. I mean, he was really good in that earlier game against Exen. Put up quite the performance, along with the rest of the team, of course. Takes one. I think he might just win this round, you know. Cypher will try to stop it. Cypher. It's been electric there over towards B. Adam helps out as well. They flipped around within the matter of seconds to now open up that B site. With Mao the only one in the area on 1 health. Merle coming in from the flank. It's already been spotted and it's already 14-1. Blink and you miss it type of half. Where I'm not asking a question going into halftime of whether or not Into the Breach can finish this one off. I'm more so seeing a lot of answers from Into the Breach. This is not quite what I expected going into this one, I must admit. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I mean, if you're a fan of Into the Breach, this is kind of the perfect game, because it's a bunch of Into the Breach players playing well, you know? What's there not to enjoy if you do enjoy watching these players, which frankly I don't see how you can't with their type of playstyle. The only player who's not shown up statistically is Dobbo, but again, in a half, there's only so many potential amount of frags for the team to go around, or to just go around in general. So if Dobbo gets 3 kills and they lead the half 14-1, then I think that's more on the rest of the team picking up every single kill. As Dobbo has gotten 0 action. I think I've seen him like twice this game, honestly. It was that 1-on-2, it was that 2-on-1 rather, that he lost. Or he lost the fight, but then he got traded. And then I must have seen him once or twice, other than that, can't even remember. He was great in On Inferno though, in what was an actual competitive Counter-Strike game. 20 kills. No complaints really, at all, with his performance. Never seemed to die early on in games. If you did miss that one, I think you missed quite the beauty from Into the Breach, where it was the ISK show there too, in a way, where ISK was like, again, not to take away credit, I think Cypher, Adam, Tadpole, everyone on the team were really good in that game, just like this one, although, again, that was more competitive, that game. But specifically ISK, there's something about him where when he cuts out a few of those mistakes, a few of those high-risk plays that you expect the Opper to often make, if it's an Opper in the vein of ISK, where they're super aggressive, going for shotgun op plays. But he cut that out completely. I mean, again, looking at the statistics for that game against Exen when they won again 16-7, to remind everyone, where he had 15 op kills and 24 kills in total. The beauty of that one, I think you'd have to go to like the entry stats on ESEA, where he has 7 entry kills, 1 entry death. Where he had that one, I think he had that one round where he was playing that B anchor role so well, all CT half, and then thought he could get a cheeky peek after the flashbang on Banana, where they almost lost a round because of that. But you know, that's still not to take away from the rest of the game, because that only highlighted how good he had been in his decision making before that and after that. And again, getting 7 entry kills is ridiculous when you only have one death. That's absolutely crazy. Cypher is obviously really good there as well, as I mentioned. Everyone really. Tadpole had that 1-on-4. Or, yeah, and that 1-on-3. Or something like that. You know. So they're looking good, man. If you doubted it before, I think this soon-to-be victory should lock it in for you now. Into the Breach are going into the playoffs again on what will be, I think, a 7-0 run. And it's fully deserved. Looked incredible here during the stretch. To answer the question in chat as well, if it's attack or tactical, don't know. I don't think it's tactical though. It is 14-1 after all. So probably some minor technical issue again. I feel like both teams are in a position where they're probably not going to wait it out for too long, even if there is a tactical issue on whoever it is, because this is not really a game. that's going to be hotly contested in the second half, put it that way. Again, not trying to be too rude. But this is the reach team, just too good right now. Simply too good. We're so close to reaching advanced obviously last season. Just in the open playoffs, got to the final there. Felt the final hurdle against a 100 pink gods team that existed before, no longer. As in the org, obviously. So I think they've all moved on to Unique, is it? I think is the new org that picked them up. Obviously playing in advanced and everything. From getting there from the open playoffs and doing decently in it, I believe. As we get back into the game, which probably won't last long. Unique 7-3, by the way, if you're curious. In this advanced season, would be curious to see what Into the Breach would look like if they were playing advanced this season. Because again, they're probably playing there next season. Not that it's a given. Those main playoffs are never easy, but yeah, it's looking good right now. We might as well. We almost have to look ahead to the main playoffs at this point, because this game is not going to offer much more, and that's almost a good thing. Almost certainly a good thing. We might do just when we round it out here as well. Just try to do some calculations over how many teams are in, and therefore how many teams get to advanced and so on. I'd be really curious in that. They always change it up, ESEA, so for every season, so you kind of have to look constantly to remind yourself and so. It is 15-1 here, by the way, just to remind you of the scoreline. I've already given up. Kane had some technical issues as he gets knifed on the way out. A pleasant way to end the day, I'd say, for an ITB team who were simply staggering today. All credit to the players, honestly. What a performance. Not specifically in this game, where again they didn't have to put in all the effort to win it out 16-1, but just in the way that they won it earlier in ESEA, in the way that they won out obviously in ESEA Prem to keep themselves unbeaten there. Some really exciting stuff ahead here for ITB. Again, I will just check in just for your guys' knowledge. Make advanced. They always have that page. Move up, move down. Alright. So in the main division, there are this season. Let's see what's got 137. That means 16 teams are going to advanced. Yeah, I feel like that should be more than an expectation here. So 16 teams will make advanced here from the playoffs. Into Reach already were secured. We're now going to secure quite the playoff seed. 11-3 makes them currently 7th in the scoreboard, with a couple teams still having a few games to play out until we get to those playoffs, which are going to be so very exciting. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are going to join us for that postseason, which is going to just be a lot of fun, in that they are the 7th seed. In Maine, they are obviously going to play like the 40th something seed for the first game. It's double bracketed as well, so a lot of games basically. And a few here to start off that they should win out. We'll see. We've got more action coming at you as the summation of all that. ITB here looking good for not just today, but in the recent time for sure. We'll check back in soon. Hopefully you can keep up with the team, not just here on the stream or the stream games, but just in general. If you follow the Twitter account at ITB Esports, you can also follow us here on Twitch, admittedly, for those playoff games possibly and beyond. And we'll see you back next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.
Are you ready for phase 1?